Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast battle report. Today, Imperial Fists face off against the Dark Eldar in a 1250-point Highlander-style battle. We're playing Contact Lost, Maelstrom of War mission, and we've got the Iron Knights again. Yeah, the Iron Knights taking defensive positions across this barren wasteland. Let's begin. Okay, hello and welcome to the battle report. So, I chose to deploy first, which means I'll be going first. And Trevor, you've seen him before on the channel and on a couple of different battle reports. He's got scouts, heavy bolter scouts in there. He's got a little combat squad over here. He's got 5 scouts combat squadded in here with snipers. He's got a devastator squad with Skyfire missiles. He's got a void shield on the bastion. He's got a whirlwind over there. He's got the other combat squad over here with plasma. He's got Pedro Cantor and a librarian in a drop pod with some stern guard. And that is what's coming down turn 1. The librarian got Veil of Time and 4+ invulnerable save, and he has Force. I've infiltrated some mandrakes here. This is an intact building, so it's armor 12 and 3 health points. And I currently do have first turn. My Archon is in here with some witches. Yeah, that's right. I brought witches because we're playing Highlander. Okay, Trevor, would you like to attempt to seize the initiative?
Yes, I would.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Nope.
And that is a 3. So, Dark Eldar will take the first turn. And on the first turn of Contact Lost, I just get 1 card. So, secure objective 3, which just happens to be right by my mandrakes. Perfect. Great start to the game. And my Razorwing is in reserve, and so my Deep Striking Scourge. On to the first turn. Hey, turn 1. Okay, so I shot a lot at these Space Marines, and I killed one because they passed their armor saves like a boss. This guy jinked, and I did a hull point, but he saved it. And I've just kind of maneuvered around, just taking some objectives and stuff. And then I got the mandrakes in this building because it's an intact building. And then I moved my jet bikes up here to kind of force the issue on this flank while tour boosting my Archon and his witches up. So we have a drop pod coming down with a bunch of stuff. And I did get secure objective 3. So the Dark Eldar take the lead with 1 point. And now Trevor is going to pick 1 card to see what his objective is this turn.
It is domination.
Domination, trying to secure every objective on the table. Okay, very hard to get at this point in the game.
Turn there's no way.
Okay, so turn 1 for the Space Marines. Wow, what a turn. The Stern Guard dropped down here, and then Auspex dropped my cover save. 2 Meltagun shots got through, did not explode my Raider. It's immobilized and has no weapon. And then the rest of the shooting did nothing. Then we had the Whirlwind and some shooting kill 4 of the jet bikes here. They do need a morale test. They're on 8s. They hold, but they have junked. And then shooting saw the automated bolter take a hull point off the Venom and 2 wounds off of the Talos, which means it's got 1 wound left. Wow, what a game. So I do have 1 objective, 2 objectives, 3 objectives. So I'm going to be getting 3 cards this turn. And High Command has issued me Trophy Hunter. I have to try, he has to nominate a character in an objective. Witch Hunter, so I have to try kill Witch Hunter, so I have to kill the Librarian. And Psychological Warfare, I have to try and force morale test on an enemy unit. Okay, and as for the reserves, do they show up? So we have the Razorwing Jet Fighter arrive, and we have the Scourge arrive as well. The reserves are committed. Let's get this game going. Okay, we're looking at Dark Eldar turn 2. The witches got out, charged into a Veil of Time Sternguard squad, killed 2 models, didn't lose any in return because the Sternguard sucked. But the Reaver Jetbike actually came in and soaked up all the Overwatch with his buddy. I did kill 1 Marine over here because my Razorwing failed to hit anything, which was unlikely. And my Scourge Deep Strike mishapped, and he got to place him, so we put him in lava. Other than that, I shot and killed all the Devastator rocket launchers, and my Talos charged into the land speeder and gained me first blood, which is pretty cool. So I get Psychological Warfare because Pedro Cantor's unit failed their morale test after losing combat, and I gain first blood for 2-point turn. And the Space Marines have 1 objective, so let's see what it is that they get. They did get rid of Domination last turn because it was going to be nigh impossible to get. Secure objective 6.
Well,
there you go.
All the
Seems like high command has given them something that they can do
more easy to do.
effectively. Perfect. Okay, on to the next turn. Okay, so Space Marine turn 2, we had this combat go on. We had the Razorback come in and secure objective, the sabotage objective. I did lose 4 witches, including my Hecatrix, but Pedro Cantor lost another wound, so he's 2 wounds. And I did lose the last Reaver Jetbike. So I've got 4 witches left and an Archon, who is fearless thanks to his Warlord trait. Okay, other than that, shooting saw the Talos die. And 5 of the 6 Trueborn die. He's to ground, but he's still well. And I do have 1, 2, 3 objectives this turn, which means that I get 3 more cards. And I still have Trophy Hunter, so I have to try and kill Cantor or take objective 6, which is going to be really hard. I have Witch Hunter, which is to try and kill the Librarian. They've issued me Secure Objective 5, which is the bridge. Kingslayer, which is kill Pedro Cantor, and secure objective 4, which just happens to be the one that my Ravager is holding. That is perfect. Okay, on to the next turn. Okay, so Dark Eldar turn 3. We had these Cavalite Warriors string up and capture the bridge. So I've taken secure objective 5. I did lose 1 more witch, but my Archon saved a few Shadowfield saves and failed to do any damage to Pedro Cantor. The Mandrakes did 1 hull point on the Razorback after sallying forth from the building, so I didn't get to take away that objective from him. I did get secure objective 4 with my Ravager, and I did kill 1 Marine back here, but he is fine. So, Trevor is getting 2 objectives, 1 over here and 1 over here, because I have contested it with all the tech over here. And what are the objectives, sir?
13. Hold the line.
Hold the line. That's going to be a hard one.
Psychological warfare.
And force morale tests. Okay, let's see what happens after this.
Man, I'm not fine.
Okay, so Space Marine turn 3. We had the Mandrakes, because he didn't move his Razorback, take another hull point off the Razorback. Pedro Cantor finally killed my Archon as well, because I failed the Shadowfield save, but he's got 1 wound left. So, and the Librarian Perils, who's got 1 wound. Both my witches passed their morale test, so they're still in combat. Over here, I lost the Venom. And does the Void Shield come back on the...
Come on, Void Shield. Yes, it does.
So the Void Shield comes back. And both my Cabalites are still fine. So this turn, I'm getting 2 objective cards to add to my current 3. But the Space Marines have gained Warlord Kill. So Domination, which is going to be nigh impossible. Overwhelming Firepower, kill something in the shooting phase.
This is now
okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, so, wow, what a turn that happened. So, I took the Void Shield off of that again with my Ravager. These guys have kind of moved and hid so that they can only get hit by the Whirlwind, which has been a nuisance all game. The Scourge jumped up, blew up the drop pod. The drop pod exploded and killed the 2 Marines that were in combat, giving me 3 units for overwhelming firepower. And then they lost 1 witch, and that 1 witch, she survived this entire combat. So Cantor, Librarian, and the Sternguard, because she's awesome. She's the boss. And the Mandrakes shot and killed took the last hull point off that Razorback. So I get D3 points for overwhelming firepower for 2, and I'm going to discard Domination because I don't think I even have enough units for that. But I'm still going to keep all these because any of these could happen still. Okay, on to the next turn. Okay, and the game comes to a dramatic conclusion after turn 4. The witch did die, and they failed to take that. The whirlwind killed 2 of the scourge, and then nothing else really happened. So, with a 3 points to the Space Marines and 7 points to the Dark Eldar, the Dark Eldar take this battle. But there's not much left. I had 1 Cabalite here, sorry, 1 Trueborn, 1 Cabalite. I had a Ravager over here. He still had an entire unit of scouts, in the Bastion, a Devastator. You also had a Combat Squad. He still had the Whirlwind. He still had Cantor Librarian and a Stern Guard. My plan next turn was to bring in the Razorwing here and hopefully get Kingslayer, Slay the Warlord, and Witch Hunter, because they were going to be out in the open with my Disintegrator Cannons. All in all, stay tuned for the Tactical Corner. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time here on SkaredCast. Thanks a lot, Trevor.
No problem. Anytime.
Okay, have a great day.
Fantastic match.
Hello and welcome to another Tactical Corner. So, back to fighting the Iron Knights. So, it's Imperial Fists. They re-roll 1s shooting with any bolter weapons, and we were playing a 1250 point Highlander style game. For anybody who doesn't know Highlander, you build an army list and you cannot repeat any of your units. So 1 unit of Cabalites, 1 unit of Witches, 1 unit of Scourge, 1 unit of Reaper jet bikes, and in the case of the Marines, 1 unit of Marines, 1 unit of Scouts, 1 unit of Stern Guard. So my opponent decided to go with Pedro Cantor. Why? Because he makes Stern Guard objective secured, which meant that he was able to bring another objective secured unit to the table. Knowing that this is a objective-based mission, a very smart move on my opponent's half. Now, I brought a very eclectic style list, a little bit of everything, Mandrakes and Scourge and Reaver jet bikes, even a Talos. Now, we were playing Contact Lost. That means that you can steal objectives from your... Oh, sorry, you have to get objectives as you capture them. And all in all, the battle plan went really well. But, you know, the fact was that Dark Eldar were winning on points, but getting absolutely slaughtered. There were a couple of key tactical moments in the game. When I moved my Reaper jet bikes up, it was to screen that Rhino from getting to my Mandrakes. My Witches versus the Stern Guard was a desperate ploy to just stop those ignore cover Stern Guard from brutalizing my lines. Now, the MVP was definitely my Archon and my Witches, and a close second was my Razorwing. That Razorwing really comes into its forefront when facing Space Marines. It's got large blasts, so it forces the enemy to spread out, and it has the Disintegrator Cannons, which make even a Terminator scared for its own life. Mandrakes are always really useful in small games. They're quite versatile, and I was lucky enough that I didn't get any ignore cover weapons put on them, as they rely heavily on cover. I had to think outside of the box when my Scourge had a mishap and were placed way far away from the main enemy army, but they ended up coming back and did provide a critical role in the end of the game. All in all, this little tactical game showed that in order to play this style of game effectively, you have to maximize and really get the most out of the specific units that you want to take in a Highlander style list. So, what would you take in your 1250 point Highlander style list? Let me know with a comment down below, and make sure you stay tuned for more content. Like, share, subscribe, and if you'd like to support, become a patron today. Links down below. Thanks a lot for watching.